just goes, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you, he's just shocked because it's absolute chaos and mayhem.
Well,
they have a very stable group of people.
When we have disabled people meetings and things like that, there's a definite hierarchy.
Oh, well.
You know, paraplegics, they're the highest.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the highest. Then a little bit lower is paraplegics, and then quadriplegics are down. And then, you know, people who have been born with a disability are lower.
We're just like, my son was born with a disability, so I know this.
Yeah, exactly.
Me too.
And it's a very stratified thing, and it just happens.
I've never heard anyone admit this though.
Go to GF Strong Rehab Center and look at the tables and who sits where.
Oh yeah.
The paraplegics sit there, the quadriplegics sit there, brain injured sit there.
Wow.
You know, and yeah, it's arthritic sit there, you know, and they're all.
I've never really noticed much of a difference here, but like, there are some people. I think more of a difference here is on the sense of like, if somebody is obviously mentally affected, then there is that thing. But amongst the drug users, my personal, I don't really see that too much. Okay.
Well, because they're all trumped on. They've got people standing on their heads.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's one of
We're here, we're safe here, nobody's
equalizer.
sitting on it.
But it'll come up. It'll come up as soon as there's an opportunity for something like employment. You'll see it come up. And that's what I'm saying about the user groups in Australia. And they don't march in the streets. As far as I know, I've never seen a picture of the Australian drug user groups marching in the streets. I've never seen a picture. It's true in Holland, but it's from the 70s. And in Holland, you know, when I communicated with the guy in Holland, he said, we like to keep our groups small. Well, VANDU's got 2,000 members. We never keep our groups small. Why would we do
Bigger the
that?
better.
That's right.
That was one of my things, to get women into the, and look at our board is 80% women now.
Yeah, there was a time when VANDU's board
When I was president, it was like less than
racial and everything. It's all black.
One year we had no white people. Yeah, another year we had no women. Another year we had, I don't know, it's been very funny because I asked Manny Woods, who's actually very funny, and I don't know where to find her now, but she's an ex-addict who's now a therapist or something, and she took to harm reduction late in life, and she tells people how much she fought it. But I said to her, I said, Manny, can you explain this? I don't understand. Why is the entire board of VANDU either Aboriginal or black? And she said, well, because white drug users can still pass, but every black and Aboriginal can get followed around in every store they go in as if they're a shoplifter.
That's true.
She says, they ain't giving up, man. They're going to come out and be on the board of VANDU. Like VANDU, yeah. Because there's a stigma. That's why we always say users and former users. Is because people are protected by that. If you say former user, people spontaneously break into applause. Oh, the hero has quit using drugs. And if you're an active user, everyone's kind of like checking where their fucking purse is. There's a real strange dynamic. So we just keep everyone really confused with the user, former user. And then they sit there, and it's media people often. They can't. They're just beating around the bush. You can see they're just bursting to ask because they can't tell. Because some people just don't look like addicts, and they want to ask them if they still use, and they have to ask the question. Right?
The question of the lifetime.
Well, they'll say, you know, do you use drugs? And then the most common thing we'll get if we do speaks is that people go and they go, you know, I never would have known you guys were drugs.
Oh, I got that all the time, man.
I know, it's the weirdest thing. So, as I sometimes point out, and smart people point this out, drugs are so often unaffecting to the way people are. You actually have to test their pee to see if they're a drug user. And that's the big joke in the States. They're pee testing everybody.
Well, they're doing that here now.
Well, sure, and they will more and more, but this is one of the indications. Like, if you're drunk on the job, they can smell you, you're staggering, right? They're dangerous. But if you're using drugs on the job and it isn't affecting you in any visible way, they actually have to test your pee to tell.
Even if you're trying to get your kids back, they actually
test all your pee.
This year, I've had 2 kids. They're back both in Edmonton, and they started telling me, "Oh, we need to do random piss tests on you."
For at least 2 years before you get your kid back.
Yeah, and I said, "Well, look, I don't drink, I don't use, I smoke cigarettes. Oh, but we still have to do it."
Well, and they'll test for marijuana, which is not often a non-issue for, you know what I mean? It's terrible. We get into child apprehensions, we'll all start crying. But we actually have A project, huh?
Yeah. So I should, we need to move, but thank you very much.
Where are you going next?
Did you need to?
I can't believe you guys
ask
went
anything,
hiking.
or-
We haven't.
Okay, from that, I might ask just a couple of, could I follow up with a couple of you if we have to keep going? Yeah.
I think especially people that were Naomi here might be interested.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Anybody would be open to
there's three of
phone
us
interview
here
for-
from the